first name I had was Tlitzitlum. Tlitzitlum. It means floor mat. My father called me that because I was born illegitimate. When I was in the treatment center, after about the 4th year in treatment, I was talking about how I don't like to be touched by water, how I have a hard time having a shower. I never drink water. And there wasn't any counselors that knew what to do with me about it because they weren't trained to deal with something like that. But we had a psychiatrist that would come in once a week or something like that. After telling him my feelings, he said, want me to go back as far back as I can remember about me and water. That's when he discovered it went further than that. When I told him my mother was going to drown me. She went down a river. She was going to give me birth and then drown me. But my father, he went down there and he stopped her from doing it. I guess I could feel her intention was to drown me. And so now when I hear water or I feel water, I get triggered. It's just a trigger. And I started drinking because I wasn't supposed to drink. I started drugging because I wasn't supposed to drug.
You were not supposed to drink?
Well, who's supposed to drink at the age of 5, 6, 7 years old? I'd go under the house and drink a gallon of wine or a gallon of home brew. Pass out. I used to sleep in a nest under the house with my dogs. Pass out. All my fear and worry and hunger would be gone. In that school, you know, you couldn't have feelings. You weren't allowed to have feelings, see? If you're crying, what are you crying about? I'll give you something to cry about if you want to cry.
What was the name of your school?
Christie School. In a book, it's called Christie Indian Residential School for First Nations.
Do you remember your first day at the school?
My father dropped me off on the beach, and then he started to leave, and all I could do is watch him go away. The reason why he didn't turn around to have one last look and wave goodbye was probably because he was already crying. He didn't want me to see him crying. When that oblate brother came down to get me, the first thing he did was slap me on the top of the head and call me savage. He grabbed me by my hair in the back like this, and he picked me up on my toes, and he walked me about the same distance as walking from here to my boat, all uphill. Put me in a barber's chair, scalped me right then and there, took a bottle, a big ugly brown bottle that big, and it was filled with a brown liquid, and they poured it on my head, all over my body. It was to get rid of my lice, my fleas, and whatever else diseases I carried. And I became just another boy. I was no different than anybody else there. The first day I was there, I lost my identity. It was totally gone. I wasn't Matthew, I wasn't Sayachapis, I wasn't anybody at all. I was just another kid, number 52. We'll call you 52. I always remember the first time I ever was introduced to the strap. I spoke my language and I got strapped 5 times on each hand. The man looked like a giant, 6 foot something, healthy as a bull moose, strong as a horse, young, maybe 30s. I'm 7 years old. My hands are reached out like this. And that goddamn strap is in his hand. And he's going to use it on me. I've never been treated like this by elders. What have I done to deserve this? What's wrong? And then, the searing fucking pain. Grab your hand. You look at the giant and he says, if you cry, I'll give you 5 more. Put your other hand out. Tears pouring out. Are you crying? Speak up. Are you crying? No. What's that coming out of your eyes? Is that tears? Then you're crying. You're a liar. You'll get 5 more on each hand. Before you're done, you've gotten 10 on each hand by a giant who wants you to stop speaking that horrific language. You savage. Believe me, you stop talking it. We let our language go and never spoke it again. And now our language is dying out today. That was a horrible fucking childhood. It didn't matter where, even in church, they were mean to you. So one day they brought me to the nuns' dining room and they opened the big book, the big Bible, and it opened up to Matthew. I said, "You're Matthew." Finally you come out and you still answer to the name 52. Hey, Matt! You don't even look. Matt! Matt! Fuck, 52! Who's calling? You have to get over that. After 10 years of being 52, you know, it's like, my name really isn't Matthew. It didn't feel right. first white man I ever found that cared about me. He said, you had so much abuse in your life, so much shit brought on you, Matthew. You need help. I'm willing to help you. And I looked at him and went, the fuck do you care? Fuck do you care about me? I said, white man. He said, because you're a human being like me. What do you want me to do then? I said, did you ever hear of a treatment center? I said, yeah. He said, well, you need to go to one. Get the shit out of you. I'm full of shit and I'm going to a treatment center. The only treatment center I knew about in those days was sewage treatment. That's where all the shit goes. I thought that's where he's sending me. I don't know what they're going to do to me there. Maybe I'd rather be an alcoholic. I used to work in a sewer about this deep when I was a kid. And I'll never forget the shit floating past me, toilet paper. I've had counselors tell their bosses, I really don't want to see Matt anymore, okay? It's too much for me. He's overloaded. So it's hard for everybody. Not just me, eh? Counselors were afraid I'd explode. They used to say I'm volatile, trigger happy. We know we gotta deal with that. We don't know how to deal with it. It can be frightening, very frightening. Next day they tell me, well, you gotta get another counselor, man. Why? You know why. Sometimes people would talk nicely to me and say, you know, Matt, you're not all that bad. Your problem is you don't know what's bad. Nobody's ever told you what's good and what's bad. It's okay. You'll learn. Couldn't get better advice than that. Wow, you don't want to keep revenge feelings in your head and body, eh? You want to get it out. There's no counselor to talk to out here. Writing it on paper shows me how mad I am or how sick I am. That's power. I'm reaching real lots of people with my pen. I couldn't do that with my sword or my gun. That's what they meant when they said the pen is mightier than the gun and the sword. Hurry up, you rectum. Jesus Christ. And the last name I got was Sayachapis. I inherited that from the way I stand in front of a crowd and tell my story, how I try to be a good example to those who are afraid to speak, to come out of their closets. I went through all that pain and suffering, but I still got my language. Ik huis teach. Ik huis dat jumhang. I'm still alive and I'm still okay.
Oh